Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apologia here, back with a new what if. This is what if Naruto had a political marriage. So, this is a harem what if. This is a story written by Gentleman Kitsune, and as the ships of this story would be revealed as the story progress. Sorry for my stutter. So, yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Oh, yeah, guys, if you like my stories and content of this channel, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like and comment down below if you like my stories. And in my next video I might give you a shout out as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Konoha, 14 and a half years before the present time. The secret got out. A secret that should have remained a secret, but didn't. The secret that Minato Namikaze was married to Kushina Uzumaki and that they were expecting a male child. It didn't matter how it got leaked or what leaked it. It only matters that it did get leaked. And as soon it happened, all the elemental nations had heard it. The secret that should have remained a secret. Link break in Kumogakure. Raikage-sama. A looked up from lifting his weights to see at his secretary, Mabui, appeared slightly out of breath and more than a little rattled. He quirked a brow. Yes? He questioned. I have urgent news. It appears that Minato Namikaze is expecting a child with a woman named Uzumaki Kushina. A's eyes grew wide with surprise. This was a big news indeed. Whenever a Kage secured a progeny, they usually kept it a secret until at least they were old enough to be enrolled as a shinobi or for safety reasons, of course. But knowing that there's a Kage who had vulnerable political bombshell of a child currently being made meant that there was a new dynamic to be had. How reputable is the source? He questioned. Very reputable, Mabui answered. A's secured progeny is extremely important information, but it opened up many pathways of actions. It really boiled down to what A was going to do with the information. He could send assassins to kill the woman and the child in an effort to strike at the fourth Hokage's heart. However, that plan was doomed to failure. Even his best assassins would never be able to make it into Konoha, finding a woman based only on her name and kill her, especially due to the fact that she has known relations with the Yellow Flash of Konohagakure. Not only that, but if it was ever found out that Cloud did send assassins, it could mean another war. A war that they weren't prepared to fight yet. A war that he did have the allies for. Allies. Wait. This could be a golden opportunity for Cloud and Leaf to enter an alliance. The war that had just ended had been a stalemate, with all sides conceding to a peace treaty. There was a lot of animosity between the Leaf and the Cloud at the moment, but A could use the information of Namikaze's child to use his and the Cloud's benefit. Mabui, get me an arranged marriage document, A yelled with great gusto all at once. Mabui, who was standing there, watched him think for a solid minute, suddenly stood straight at attention and gave a quick yes sir. Among a population of trained assassins, saboteurs and spies, one would think that an arranged marriage between two such ninjas of opposing sides would lead to a disaster, but A had met and battled with Minato on the battlefield more than once. He was a shrewd, cunning and a very powerful man, but most of all, he was kind. Not in the sense that he hesitated to kill, but in the sense that he only killed to protect the people of the Leaf Village. If there was an event that could tie the two nations together in peace and harmony, Minato would probably accept it. Now came an equal hard part. Who was he going to give consent that their daughter be married off to a ninja of another nation? A nation that they don't have the best relationship with. It had to be within the Kage bloodline. That much was for certain. Anything less would be an insult to Hokage. However, A lacked very many female family members. A lacked very many family female members that were nearly newborn. A thought for a moment and snapped his finger in a way that one could construct. He had an idea. Yujiro Ni, his brother-in-law's daughter. She wasn't directly related to him, but she was a Jinchuriki. That was just as good, if not better. She was also 14 but didn't have much of any other choices. This was a great plan, A thought, as he began to sign the information of the marriage on the document that Mabui given him. Link break, village hidden in sand, same time. And how reputable is the information? A man with the grab of a Kage spoke to a trembling subordinate. Very reputable, sir. The Kage for the village hidden in the sand sat through for a while Sand and Konoha hadn't fought together or against each other in any grand-scale fights. Sand will still considered one of the weak ninja villagers. The fact that the Hokage was having a child could be used to create an ally that would bolster the military clout of the hidden sand village. It was a good thing that he had a daughter who was 2 years old at the moment. Although he wasn't sure about the prospect of using his daughter for a bargaining chip in political struggle, he had to think of the good of the village and her people. Get me an arranged marriage document, he said coldly. Link break. The village hidden in stones, same time. The village hidden in stones, same time. And how reputable is the information? A very short man with the grab of a Kage spoke to his secretary. Very reputable, sir, secretary answered. The very short man sat in silence for an extremely long period of time, obviously in thought. The Third Shinobi War had been tremendously horrible for their side of the conflict. Well, the war had been horrible for everyone, including in the fighting, but it had been practically horrible for them. The Yellow Flash has single-handedly decimated about 1,000 Eva Shinobis, which caused Oniki to create the treaty between them that had just been approved. But even if there was peace between them at the moment, there was a lot of bad feelings involved against Konoha at that time, and vice versa. The feelings of hatred that the death of many of their shinobi were extremely strong enough that Oniki knew that war would eventually break out between them again. He had been through every single shinobi world war and had not want to be involved in another. An arranged marriage between the fourth son and his granddaughter could potentially create an environment where they would eventually get over their hate of each other, even if it would be a slow process. Mostly because the child in question wasn't even born yet, and his granddaughter was only 2. Get me an arranged marriage document, he said. Yes, sir, just do it. Link break, the village hidden in mist, same time. And how accurate is the information? A short man with a scar running down on one side to his spy master. Very inaccurate, sir. The fourth Mizukage gave the spy master a blank look and remained in that position until the spy master felt uneasy enough to back slowly away from his commander-in-chief. One would have to feel extremely uneasy to even think of doing something like that. He seemed different lately, the spy master thought to himself as he went back to his daily work. Link break, the village hidden in waterfalls, same time. Is the information accurate? The Jonin in command said to a Junin. Yes, it is, sir. The nondescript man sat in silence for a short period of time. Get me an arranged marriage document. There could be our chance to secure a position among the big five. Yes, sir. The Junin gave a nervous and slight loud that it should have been reply once he said the significance of his task. Once he realized the significance of his task, Sorry about my stutter, guys. Now let's continue the story. Link break. Konoha, 14 years before present time. Minato felt really smart at the moment. No, he didn't just feel smart. He felt like he was a genius, a god in man's clothes. Why? A reasonable question. He just found out the best use of shadow clones known to man, eradicating the scourge that all battle-hardened veterans with years of experience on the battlefield had to face at one point or another. Paperwork. Why is paperwork the scourge of all battle-hardened veterans with years of experience on battlefield? Another good question. Because meticulously looking through documents, bills, new laws, etc. was just not in the hard wiring of people who survived by making split-second decisions that saved their lives and the lives of their compatriots. And so he sat to bask in his brilliance as watched 4 different shadow clones work through said paperwork. He knew that backlash was going to be a bitch, but at the moment he just didn't care. He should have cared, as all 4 of the clones signed a different marriage document at the same time. When he received the memories, he would just wisely remember making peace separately with all of the other villages and brush it off as a delusion as he went to nurse his headache. At that, children, is why you never use shadow clones to do your paperwork, as one child would soon find out the hard way. Chapter 2. The Calm. Iwagakure no Sato, Kage's Tower, present time. Why do I have to look over the tune-in candidates? The sore old Kage mumbled. You know the answer to that, his secretary answered. They weren't even given Iwa Genin participating. Well, there were a lot of interesting Genin that participated according to the information we got. The tuning exams did not even finish, and Konoha got attacked midway, they said, raising his voice. The secretary looked at men sternly. Stop trying to get out of work. It's important to know what cards your rival has. Oniki sighed. Fine. What interesting Genin participated in the exams? She handed him the files. Dismissed, he said offhandedly. She walked out of the Kage's office. Oniki sighed again. Let's see the Sabaku children. One didn't fight, one got outsmarted, and the other is a psychopath Jinchuriki. And Aburame didn't fight. The prestigious Uchiha got his ass handed to him. Anara outsmarted the Sabaku female and gave up right after. A sound ninja didn't even show up. Again in Hyuga beaten to the ground by a nobody Uzumaki. Wait, the last name sounded familiar. Oniki struck a thinking pose. He then got up with a speed that no one would expect from an old man just over 4 feet tall, and flew out the door into the hallway and into another room marked file documents. It was a rather large room. However, Oniki knew exactly which date to look for. October 10th, the day that the Kyuubi attacked Konoha, killed the Yellow Flash, his wife and his child. It was a few days later that news reached Iwa, and the document that detailed the arranged marriage between his granddaughter Tsuchi and the as of yet unnamed child of Minato Namikaze was filed and meant to be forgotten in the expensive file document room. He found the offending document with little difficulty. It read thusly: I, Oniki the third Tsuchigage, would like to offer a peace treaty between Konoha and Iwa. This peace treaty is to be facilitated by the marriage of my granddaughter and your unborn son, in an effort to bring together our 2 villages and to eventually break the hatred that both of our villages feel towards each other. Minato's response: I would love nothing more than peace between our villages, and even if I am slightly shocked that you would suggest the marriage between your granddaughter and my child in order to achieve it, I wholeheartedly agree to it. After all, the only thing that can break down hatred is love. Oniki snorted at the last line. After that page was the page that detailed the whole thing, which included the biological birth name of both parents and child, any medical things that might be important, and the actual marriage form signed by Minato Namikaze at the bottom. It noted Oniki that a copy would be kept in Konoha as well. He then flew back to his Kage room and looked at the picture of Uzumaki's child. The kid's a carbon copy of the fourth. Not only that, but he holds the last name of the woman that was pregnant with him. We should have noticed that. Oniki then looked over at the details of the marriage document form. Assuming that this kid really is the child of Minato, then the document is still valid. Leaf was still weak from the attack from sand and sound, but there were rumors that they were going to get Tsunade, the legendary Sanin, to lead it to prosperity again, and Eva is going to be right next to them when they do. Oniki smirked. He flew out of his office again. On his way out, he said, "Get me Koretsuchi and Akatsuchi," to the secretary working at the desk on the lower floor. "Yes, sir." Link break. Village of Sand. File documents room. Present time. Baki was acting as the stand-in Kage, and as per his duty as stand-in Kage, he had to look over the file documents from the past. It was a in the ass, as he was forced to do some of the most mind-numbing work in the world. But his eyes suddenly narrowed from their previous board states. Uzumaki. I heard that name before. Baki then caught up to look at the list of tune-in candidates in an effort to prove his suspicious true. Link break. Village of Clouds. Kage's desk. A looked at the tune-in candidates list. Uzumaki, Mabui, he shouted. Without looking up, she ran into the room as soon as she heard him shout, "Yes, get me the document detailing the arranged marriage between Yujito Ni and the child of Minato Namikaze." "Sir?" she questioned. "Now!" he yelled. "Yes, sir," she said, running off. Link break. Village of Waterfalls. Village leader tower. Present time. Shibuki was going over the tune-in candidates list. Uzumaki Naruto. I could have sworn I saw that name somewhere in the file documents room. He went up to check just to confirm his suspicions. Link break. Gates of Konoha. Present times. Achoo! A sneeze rang out from the mouth of a blonde-haired teenager. "You okay, Brett?" "That's the fourth time in a row," a practical busty female said with a slight concern. "He's okay. Someone just might be thinking about him," an extremely tall and weirdly grabbed male said. "Or some people," a woman with black hair and a pig in her arms added in. "Oh, I know, Sakura-chan just realized how awesome I am and just can't stop thinking about me," Naruto said in a triumph. Tsunade leveled questioning gaze to Jiraiya. "Sakura-chan, the girl that he has been harboring wood for," he replied. "Shut up, pervy sage," the teen remarked. "Stop calling me that, brat." "Stop being a damn pervert then." "Shut up, both of you. We are at gates," Tsunade shouted. They both gave a meek, synchronized okay and went to the gate guard to show them their papers. After that, Tsunade said that she was going to the tower to get acquainted with the responsibilities of the Kage before her inauguration. Shizune followed her, while Jiraiya said something about doing research. "Fucking perv," Naruto mentally remarked. It had been a long couple of weeks and Naruto wanted nothing more than to just eat some ramen, take a shower and pass out in his bed. Naruto made to get to Ichiraku Ramen when he saw a girl standing in the middle of the road, looking all around her with a bewildered expression on her face. She was dark-skinned and had lime green hair and wore a small mesh torso cover as well as mesh shorts. Over that was a white halter top with the midriff exposed, white halter top with midriff exposed, and a white battle skirt. She also had the symbol for a village that looked vaguely familiar on the forehead protector on her arm. Naruto walked up to her. Hey, are you lost? She looked at him with a small amount of shock on her face. Oh, no, I was just taking it all in. The village? He asked. Yes, I never been out of waterfall before, so this is just. She seemed at loss of words. New? He questioned. Yes, new. Well, if you want to, I could show you around the village, although he only wanted to mind his own business and do some relaxing by himself. His conciseness didn't feel comfortable knowing that he let an unknown shinobi wander around Konoha. Really? I couldn't do that. You're probably busy, she said. I just got back from a mission, so I'm free. Plus, I can't stand the idea that someone doesn't know the heaven that is Ichiraku Ramen. She looked at him with wide eyes and looked lost for words for a second. Well, if you insist, I do. He then began walking in the direction to the said ramen stand with her right next to him. You have a name? He asked. Fu. Nice to meet you, Fu. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, he said with a trademark foxy smile. Link break, Hokage Tower. Tsunade was confused, as was Shizune, as was Tauntaun. The reason for her confusion stemmed from the fact there was a man waiting patiently in a chair opposite to Hokage's desk, while a jonin with a pineapple haircut and a scar on his nose searched leisurely through a filing cabinet. Hello, she ventured. She got the attention of the man with the pineapple haircut. Who are you? Tsunade of the Sanin. His face morphed into one of surprise. Hello, Tsunade-sama. I'm Shikaku Nara. I'm in charge of external affairs in the case that the Kage is either predisposed or dead, he said with a formal bow. Okay, well, I'm here in order to get accustomed to the job of Hokage. I'll get Hiruzen's secretary for you. She'll tell you all you need to know. Okay. He walked out of the room. That just left her, Shizune, Tauntaun, and the man in the chair slightly awkward silence. So who are you? She questioned. Shibuki started. Oh, I'm Shibuki, leader of the village hidden in waterfalls, he replied nervously. She raised an eyebrow in surprise. So why are you here? I just came to confirm an agreement that was formed a while ago, but apparently Nara-san cannot find it his half of the agreement. Well, I hope that you get everything sorted out, Tsunade said as she followed the secretary out of the doorway, with Shizune and Tauntaun in tow. Shikaku looked at Shibuki. I couldn't find the marriage form anywhere recent, but it could be in the archives somewhere. However, it could take a while to find it. Why do you need the document anyway? Because I believe that the son of the fourth is still alive. Now Shikaku was thoroughly surprised. Really? Well, whether or not that's true, it could take days to find the paper. Do you have a hotel somewhere? Shikaku asked. Although he did not believe Shibuki for a second, he still had an obligation to please an important dignitaries, even if he did show up out of nowhere with absolutely no forewarning. Yes, it's at the Burning Leaf, he said. You might want to check yourself in. Shibuki and Shikaku left with a chunin escort, escorting Shibuki into his hotel, and Shikaku leaving to form a search party for that unknown document that apparently existed. So yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. If you like this what if series, I will continue it. Leave a like and comment down below, and sorry for my stuttering as I kind of broke my mobile and the screen is pretty much fucked up, so it's quite unclear and That is why my vocabulary is not correct, because of some vocabulary mistakes in the what if. So yeah, this is a what if written by gentleman Kitsune, and I would like to give the credits to him for this what if. And if you like this what if, then please leave a like and comment down below and subscribe to my channel, and the next part of this story will be uploaded tomorrow. So yeah, this is pretty much it. This is Apollo Uchiha and I am signing out.